welcome, masters! Welcome all! What, my young lady and mistress! Oh, I am very glad to see you. What, my old friend? Come, we'll have a speech straight. Come, give us a taste of your quality. Come, a passionate speech.
What speech, my lord?
I heard thee speak a speech to me once, but it was never acted, or if it was, not above once. For the play, I remember, Please Not the Million. 'Twas caviar to the general. But it was, as I received it, and others in whose judgments in such matters cried in the top of mine, an excellent play. One speech in it I chiefly loved. 'Twas Aeneas's tale to Dido, especially when he speaks of Priam's slaughter. If it live within your memory, begin at this line. The rugged Pyrrhus, like the Hyrcanian... 'Tis not so. It begins with Pyrrhus. The rugged Pyrrhus, he whose sable arms, black as his purpose, did the night resemble, when he lay couched in the ominous horse, hath now his fear and black complexion smeared with heraldry more dismal. Head to foot now is he total ghouls, horridly tricked with blood of fathers. Mothers, daughters, sons, baked and empasted with the parching streets that lend a tyrannous and damned light to their lord's murder. With eyes like carbuncles, the hellish Pyrrhus, old grandsire Priam seeks. So proceed you.
For God, my lord, well spoken, with good accent, good discretion.
Anon he finds him striking too short at Greeks. Unequal matched, Pyrrhus at Priam drives, in rage strikes wide, but with the whiff and wind of his fell sword, the unnerved father falls. But now his sword, which was declining on the milky head of Reverend Priam, seems of the air to stick. So as a painted tyrant Pyrrhus stood, and like a neutral to his will and matter, did nothing. But, as we often see before some storm, a silence in the heavens. The rack stands still, the bold winds speechless, and the orb below as hush as death, anon the dreadful thunder doth rend the region. So, after Pyrrhus' pause, roused vengeance sets him you at work. And never did the Cyclops' hammers fall on Mars' armor forged for proof etern, with less remorse than Pyrrhus' bleeding sword now falls on Priam. Out, out, thou strumpet fortune! All you gods in general synod, take away her power, break all the spokes and fellies from the wheel, and bowl the round nave down the hill of heaven as low as to the fiends.
This is too long.
It shall be to the barbers with your hair. Prithee, say on. He's for a jig or a tale of bawdry, or he sleeps. Come to Hecuba.
But who, oh, who had seen the mobled queen?
The mobled queen.
That's good. Mobile queen is good.
Run barefoot up and down, threatening the flames with bison rheum, a cloth upon that head where late the diadem stood, and for a robe, about her lank and all or timid loins, a blanket in the alarm of fear caught up. Who this had seen, with tongue in venom steeped, against fortune's state would treason have pronounced. But if the gods themselves did see her now, as she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with his sword her husband's limbs, the instant burst of clamour that she made, unless things mortal moved them not at all, would have made milk the burning eyes of heaven, and passion in the gods.
Look, where he's not turned his colour, his tears in his eyes. I pray you no more.
'Tis well. We'll have thee speak the rest out soon. Good my lord, will you see the players well bestowed? Do you hear? Let them be well used, for they are the abstract and brief chronicles of the time, After your death, it would be better you had a bad epitaph than their ill report while you live.
My lord, I will use them according to their deserts.
Oh, God, man! Much better! Use every man after his desert, and who shall escape whipping? Use them after your own honor and dignity. The less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty. Take them in.
Come, sirs.
Friends, I'll leave you till night. You are welcome to Elsinore.
Good, my lord.
Aye, so. God be with you. Dost thou hear me, old friend? Can you play The Murder of Gonzago?
Aye, my lord.
You could for a need study a speech of some dozen lines, or 16 lines, which I would set down and insert in it, could you not?
Aye, my lord.
We'll have it tomorrow night. Follow that, Lord. And look you, mock him not. Now I am alone. Oh, what a rogue and peasant slave am I. Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit that from her working all his visage wand, tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, a broken voice, and his whole function suiting with forms to his conceit, and all for nothing. For Hecuba. What's Hecuba to him? Or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do had he the motive and cue for passion that I have? He would drown the stage with tears and cleave the general ear with horrid speech, make mad the guilty and appall the free, confound the ignorant and amaze indeed the very faculties of eyes and ears. Yet I, a dull and muddy metalled rascal, peak like John o' Dreams, unpregnant of my cause, and can say nothing, no? Not for a king, upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain? Breaks my pate across, tweaks me by the nose, gives me the lie in the throat as deepest to the lungs. Who does me this? Sure, I should take it, for it cannot be, but I am pigeon-livered and lack gall to make oppression bitter. Or ere this, I should have fatted all the reeds and kites with this slave's awful, bloody, bawdy villain, remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain. Ah, vengeance! Why, what an ass am I? This is most brave, that I, the son of a dear father murdered, must like a whore unpack my heart with words and fall a cursing like a very drab a stallion. Fie upon it, fie about my brains. I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have, by the very cunning of the scene, been so struck to the soul that suddenly they have proclaimed their malfactions. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before my uncle. I'll observe his looks. I'll tempt him to the quick. If he but blench, I know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be the devil, and the devil hath power to assume a pleasing shape. Yeah. And perhaps out of my melancholy and my weakness, as he is very potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me. I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play's the thing, wherein I'll catch the conscience of the